So guys, I did a thing. I'm just kidding, it's my friends. I'm going to be working on it for the next couple of days. Hopefully I can get all the parts in to install. So this bike is getting a new tail light, and some underglow that we're going to install to the bike just to make it look a little bit more unique. So that's what we'll be working on, so stay tuned. I just got back from a parts run, so picked up the tail lights that are going on the CBR 250, the R250. This is my friend's bike. We're going to do some underglow on the bike, so it looks a little bit nicer. It's nice as it is, but why not be different? Why not be different? Alright, it's been a while since I've worked on any bikes whatsoever, so to start, and maybe it'll be a stepping stone for this guy. But one thing at a time, no more side quests. So I just went for a morning ride and to drop off the girls at school. I was getting a little bit too happy on the way home, and I turned a sharp corner and I must have slid on some dust or something, and it got me real good. Look at that, got me real good. Slipped out, and then I just stacked it. I stacked it, went over the handlebars, and I'm sore. On top of that, it's super cold, so avoid dust. Oh my god, look at that on my face. Our front end's on top of that. We're in the garage already, so I'm sitting in front of the heater trying to get some warm, get my limbs warm again, and then we'll start tearing down the go-kart. And I have to order the battery and the sprocket, so I'll do that today. But bloody hell, look at my face. I was on the bike trails, on the back trails, and yeah, I saw a sharp corner. I thought I could take from the outside and cut through, but I was going too fast, and I got on the throttle a little bit too early, so could have been worse. I am not going to lie, I've been super lazy this morning. I fell on my face. Because I fell on my face, my body's sore. Let's remove this motor. Gotta grab the throttle cable under there and pull that out. Then I can start to remove the motor. Hey, there is a leak. Must be from when I drained. As you can see, little bits. Must be from when I drained the power steering fluid. Just wipe that up, and hopefully this pile should be gone by tomorrow. Because I don't see anything. Oops. I don't see anything that's leaking from the actual area. So I'll just wipe this up, and then I can confirm with you in a bit. Just gonna focus on the go-kart. Must have hit my head or something. I just can't seem to concentrate on anything. Alright. So I was gonna take things off one at a time off the go-kart, and then I realized the idea is to use the motor again on another project, so I'm just gonna take it off the mounts like any other person would have done. Oh well. So a lot easier now. Just a couple of bolts. Alright. The amount of times that I have gone to taking off the filter, putting it back on, just trying to process my thoughts. I'm going around in circles, but finally it's all off. I should be able to just undo the chain and it should come off. So the actual base plate has areas where I can move the motor up and down. Will allow for tightening and tightening the chain. So as long as I follow these lines and roughly get the motor sitting behind that area, I should probably be able to use up most of these parts. But if I have to, I can relocate that bracket. Alright, so motor's off. Wiped it down, it looks a little bit cleaner. Gonna see if I can make this work, or if not, I've seen a person just bolt some L brackets here, and I'll weld it, and just pretty much weld it to the pieces. I think that's what I saw. I saw something where someone made it really easy to do, but welding, I don't know if that's easy. So, and I've lost my 13mm somewhere, 13mm ratchet spanner. So I was going to move this guy a little bit further in because I still have space, so it lines up better with the motor, as you can tell. But I can't figure out how to move this, and there seems to be a key there, but how do you get that key out? I have no idea. If anyone knows, please let me know. Anyways, I couldn't figure it out, so I decided to use a hammer, and it seems to be working. So if you guys want to sit there and enjoy my wizardry, you guys can. I don't know how you're supposed to get this bloody key out. Look how long it is. How the hell are you supposed to get that out? Ah. Look at that. See? Brute force. This is why I don't want to take off the gearbox by myself. Or remove the drive shafts. Because last time I removed the drive shafts, I literally ripped the drive shafts into pieces. So, I don't want to do that. And I realized it's not a key. It just locks the piece in place. So I have to go the other way. Lunchtime. I'm thinking maybe that is the closest I can get it. But really hard to tell until I get the sprocket and see how far it can go. I know if I want to reuse this, I'm gonna have to customize it. So that's how much space it has to offset compared to where the other petrol motor was over there. So based on the pictures, actually based on the pictures, I'll throw the picture up. You can see it probably sits roughly where it should be. So I just have to figure out how much I want to move this across versus how much I want to move that across. Or, need be, I will cut that off and then move it inwards. What do you guys think? Come up with ideas of where to mount the motor, but I think the most viable is to cut off that base completely. Move it inwards. It's probably the easiest. Not the easiest, but most practical as well as easiest. It just means that we won't be putting this back to a gas cart. Got the grinder out, but before I do that, What do you guys think I should do? Cut it and move it in, or put a mounting plate on top of that we can push up and down? So I've got plates available. Mounting plates. Things onto, and we can set it across like that. What do you guys think? And this way, I don't think we'll be able to use all the 4 bolts, but these 2 bolts we'll be able to use. Huh? Thoughts? What do you guys think? Another question. Can we mount a sprocket there? Is that such a thing? Like we get a 2-piece sprocket and mount it in the middle. That'd solve all these issues. But I'm not too sure if there is such thing as a 2 sprocket, because it wouldn't lock on that shaft. I'm just noticing this now, that the brackets, that the mounts, they don't line up with each other. And I was like, oh, maybe that's just normal. But I'm looking at all the pictures online and they're all very similar. So I think he took off the case to inspect it, but he just didn't line it up properly. So I'm gonna give that a crack. Doesn't look like many, and I'll just rotate it one direction, and then that'll make my life so much easier.
That's also something a magician would do? Oh, those are demons.
Hey, do it to that.
So we have to bang it out, but now it rotates. So I'm just gonna line it up with its new holes.
You seem to be missing something.
I'll get a mallet, bang it in. But then I think that's it.
And this represents
And
strength.
there's some Loctite on these bolts.
You need
So
both
that makes
to reach
sense.
the arrow.
Got myself a template. And we're gonna stab. Lost the screw, but there you go. Bracket moves up and down, so just remove that, bring it in closer, and we should be okay. Remove that bit, bring it in closer, we should be okay. Holes mounted. I've lost the fourth bolt. Alright, so my face is very much pretty sore. I think I hurt something over here. Falling hurts. And I was such an idiot. Like I said, I was having way too much fun. Anyways, I didn't really get much recording done today, to be honest. I was just focused on the go-kart, as you saw, but this is where we're up to now. Everything's been mounted. So I've got the dummy set up there, so that way I can figure out where things to go once I cut this off. So it slides up and down now. Everything's fixed on temporarily. I am thinking to run the controller behind the seat. I can probably get a piece of sheet metal and probably mount it all the way down with some nutserts or whatnot, but it's pretty heavy, so it'll probably have to be a relatively thick piece of steel or aluminium. And like I said, the battery will run over there. So I've been contemplating what type of battery to get all day, and I think I'm gonna go with, I think it's called a P42A. Their power output is a lot more consistent, especially with high-speed runs, and that it doesn't suffer as much at battery sag. I'm learning these terms as they go, so I think I'm gonna go with that one. Or I should probably build this as a budget one. I'm not too sure, just back to square one. But this one's done. Once I mount the controller, everything will be good for that. And tomorrow, we are getting a new veranda. So, we're getting a new veranda. We're gonna take all this out and we're gonna install a new one. So I'll be using that as content tomorrow. Hopefully my friend comes by, and then that way we can take the gearbox off. Let's see. Happy Friday. Soon to be Happy Friday.